Hello friends, and welcome to a brand new camera comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S24 FE against the regular S24. Right now we are recording at 4K at 30 frames per second. Tell me in the comment section below which one do you think has better colors and which one has a better audio.
As always, let's start with a set of samples taken using their main cameras. If you've been following the channel for a while, you're likely familiar with the testing process. However, for new viewers, let me quickly explain. Each daylight photo is captured in auto mode with no post-editing, and the scene optimizer is enabled on both devices. For the most part, these phones share a similar processing style since they feature the same main camera and come from the same manufacturer. Surprisingly, though, there are some subtle differences that stand out, so let me break them down. The S24 FE tends to be a bit brighter in most shots, while the regular S24 often appears slightly darker. Additionally, the regular model seems to lean toward a warmer color tone compared to the recently launched FE. While the difference is minimal, it's important to note that in this era of advanced smartphone cameras, drastic differences are rare. That said, they aren't always identical. For example, in this particular shot, the regular S24 performs slightly better by bringing out more detail in shadowed areas. While the S24 FE also delivers a great result, in this instance, I prefer the image on the right. Overall, though, I would say both phones produce impressively similar results. Honestly, I'm impressed with how reliable both devices are, regardless of the shooting conditions. The similarities between these devices remain consistent even when capturing photos with their ultra-wide cameras. For instance, the only subtle difference here is in the color of the sky, as the S24 FE displays a slightly lighter shade of blue. In certain shots, the regular S24 continues to handle shadow areas better, such as in this example where the greenery looks more detailed. Even the tree shadows are more visible on the standard S24, which is why I prefer it over the FE model in this case. The S24 FE, on the other hand, tends to showcase the sky in a lighter hue, and in some cases, like this one, I actually prefer its interpretation. However, there are instances, like this example, where the sky looks too flat, and the regular S24 produces a more visually pleasing result. Interestingly, the grass appears brighter and more vibrant on the S24 FE, which I find more appealing. Overall, the regular S24 typically delivers better sky color, while the S24 FE shines in capturing greenery. Both approaches have their strengths, so ultimately, it comes down to personal preference. Both phones handle 2x very well without any noticeable loss in detail. The S24 FE tends to apply more aggressive sharpening, while the older S24 produces a smoother image. Personally, I prefer the smoother look of the regular S24 in this case. At 3x, both phones switch to their dedicated telephoto lenses. The regular S24 presents a warmer color tone, while the S24 FE delivers a slightly cooler look, especially with greenery. Zooming in at 5x, both devices remain impressively sharp. To be honest, I didn't expect them to perform this well at such a zoom range, but they both managed to maintain a high level of clarity. Even when zooming all the way up to 10x, both phones continue to impress. While some minor detail loss is present, the images remain highly detailed and perfectly usable. I must say, I'm genuinely impressed by the results at this zoom level. In another 2x sample, the results are strikingly similar once again, with no visible differences. Both phones capture all the details of the scene, and the dynamic range is excellent. At 3x, the regular S24 delivers a warmer overall tone, which looks quite pleasing, but the S24 FE offers better visibility of the trees. When it comes to portraits taken with their main cameras, I believe the regular S24 delivers a better result. On the S24 FE, the image appears a bit messy, which even affects the details of my face. The shot on the right, taken with the regular S24, is cleaner and does a better job of highlighting the subject. At 3x, the portrait quality becomes much closer, but my face on the S24 FE appears slightly overexposed. In terms of overall detail and edge detection, I would say both phones perform equally well. By the way, if you're enjoying the video so far, a sub to the channel would be greatly appreciated. For daylight portraits, I'd give a slight edge to the regular S24, especially with how it handles both my face and the background. The S24 FE isn't bad at all, but I personally prefer how the older model captures portraits. Both phones continue to show a similar style when taking pictures with their front cameras. My face appears slightly brighter on the S24 FE, while it has a bit more contrast on the regular S24. Although neither device captures my skin tone with complete accuracy, I find both implementations appealing in their own way. Both devices stand out in maintaining facial detail, as my face looks very sharp in both images. On the regular S24, my skin tone is a little more accurate, but overall, the results are very similar. When recording videos with their main cameras, it becomes quite evident that the regular S24 is the better performer. The colors on the S24 FE appear somewhat flat and muted, which doesn't create as much visual appeal. On the other hand, the S24 delivers more vibrant and saturated colors, making the footage look significantly more pleasing to the eye. In terms of stabilization, both devices are fantastic, maintaining smooth footage. Things take a turn when switching over to their ultra-wide cameras. In this scenario, the S24 FE actually manages to pull ahead slightly, as it's noticeably brighter with colors that seem more lively and vivid. While the regular S24 remains sharper, the way it handles colors in this particular scene isn't as impressive, as they come across too dark and moody for my taste. At 3x, the results flip yet again. Now, the regular S24 is not only brighter, but it also retains sharper details throughout the shot. My face is more evenly exposed in the footage from the regular S24, and my skin tone comes across as a bit more natural, making the overall video look much more balanced. Moving into low light, where every picture from this point on is taken with night mode enabled and set to auto seconds. Much like in daylight, both phones produce very similar results, but the regular S24 does slightly better when it comes to capturing my skin tone. Interestingly, my hair appears more defined in the image taken with the S24 FE. In this other example, some facial details were lost on both devices, but this is understandable given the lack of strong light sources. In reality, there were almost no lights around me except for the background, yet both phones still managed to produce reasonably decent photos despite the challenging conditions. Even when capturing night photos with their main cameras, the results remain strikingly similar. Both phones are powered by Exynos processors, and as I mentioned earlier, they share the same main sensor. Occasionally, the regular S24 seems to produce a slightly brighter image, though, as we know, brighter doesn't always mean better. In this particular example, I feel the S24 FE captures the scene a bit more accurately. Photos taken with the S24 tend to have a warmer color tone at times. For instance, in this sample, the warmer tone looks more pleasing, yet the S24 FE is closer to how the scene actually appeared in real life. Nevertheless, I'm not a fan of how the FE handles the sky colors. Overall, I would say that their main cameras are among the best in the industry, especially for their respective price points. The primary difference I've noticed at night is the slight variation in color tone, with the regular S24 leaning warmer. Other than that, they perform almost identically. This difference is also evident when taking pictures with their ultra-wide cameras. The S24 FE produces a brighter image, but there's a bit of noise present. The regular S24, on the other hand, is slightly darker, yet its colors appear more vibrant, which makes me prefer it over the FE. These small variations shouldn't be a major deciding factor when choosing between these devices, as both deliver impressive results. While one phone might excel in one situation, the other might come out on top in another. Neither phone consistently takes better photos across the board. If one were always superior, there wouldn't be a need for a camera comparison, so it's reassuring to see that both phones are dependable, with each having moments where they edge out the other. Nonetheless, one thing that does bother me about the S24 FE is how it handles the night sky. As seen in the left image, the sky appears overly bright and unnatural. That said, the building in the FE shot is noticeably sharper compared to the regular S24. When zooming in at 2x, just like before, the S24 FE shows a different shade. Its image is brighter, and I'd argue it even looks sharper. On the other hand, the S24 offers a more pleasing and balanced look for the eyes. At 3x, it's surprising to see that the FE now displays warmer colors than the S24. Another difference is in how they handle details, with the FE appearing a bit smoother, while the regular S24 is slightly over-sharpened and shows some noise. In these next samples, I was initially confused because at 2x, the S24 FE applied a noticeable sharpening effect, whereas the regular model appeared smoother, though both managed to retain all the details. Then, at 3x, the roles switched. The S24 became over-sharpened, while the FE turned slightly softer. These results were consistent, and given that they're using different sensors at this zoom range, it's understandable that they won't always look the same. They deliver good results even when capturing portraits at night. In this instance, the S24 FE produced a brighter image, but honestly, it doesn't hold up as well as the regular S24. On the FE, my face and hair lack detail, and the background lights are significantly more distracting. The S24 performs much better. The same narrative continues even at 3x. Although both devices lose some detail compared to their main cameras, it appears that the S24 FE suffers a more substantial decline. My face looks slightly sharper on the smaller S24, and my hair appears more natural. This doesn't imply that the S24 FE takes poor portraits. In fact, its images are excellent on their own, it simply requires a bit of optimization. I'm confident it can match the quality of the S24, which launched 9 months ago and has benefited from numerous updates. So, what do you all think? Personally, I believe both phones capture some of the best images for their price points, and there isn't a definitive winner. There were instances where I preferred the S24, but there were also samples where the new S24 FE outperformed it. Whichever device you decide to go with, I'm confident you will be pleased with your choice. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to let us know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.